Today, I can only draft ringless players until I win a championship. We're getting started in the 2003 offseason with a team full of 40 overall bots and casuals. I'll be allowing myself to draft just one player every year. There won't be any trades, any free agency signings. I've just got to pick the best ringless guy out of each class. And in 03, there's an obvious choice. That's Carmelo Anthony. Anthony has a laundry list of NBA achievements, but he's missing that elusive championship. Don't worry, Melo. I got you today. With the first pick in the 2003 NBA draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Carmelo Anthony, the mid-range maestro. Welcome to the squad, Melo. 6'7" wing out of Syracuse. He won the national championship with them. And there's a big what if with Melo. If the Pistons would have took him instead of Darko, his legacy might have looked real different. And I've got a what if scenario for you. What if you went down below, click the subscribe button, and like the video? That'd be absolutely sensational. So why not do it? Melo, you're going to have your hands full. Wipe that smile off your face. You're going to be sharing the floor with Barry and Cam. 04 draft is up next, of course, but we're not going to really even have any conversations about who we're selecting until the draft comes around. For now, let's just focus on this trash season with Carmelo Anthony. I have a feeling he is going to get a whole lot of buckets. We're running him out there all 48. I'm going to say he averages like 70. You're talking about Carmelo Anthony. He could get open in a phone booth. This season was filled with a lot of losses. We were losing by 60, 70 points most nights. And despite that, Carmelo Anthony was your most valuable player. Still happy as ever, has that smile on his face. 49 points, 20 rebounds, 0.6 assists. Who was he going to swing it to? 3.5 steals and 5 blocks. Efficiency was trash, but they were probably throwing 5 guys, no burgers at Melo, so you can't really blame him. He was Rookie of the Year. Carmelo Anthony defending too. DPOY for Mr. Melo. And don't worry, help is on the way. I don't know who we're going to get you in the 04 draft, to be honest, because like I said, we're going to have those conversations when the draft comes around. But the draft's right around the corner, so we need to figure this out. Elton Brand wins a championship with the Pistons. So you've got Dwight Howard. He won a championship. This draft class got a bunch of auto-generated dudes. I need a better draft. Hold on. Here we go. Much better. Did Luol Deng ever win a championship? Jay Smooth could be another guy. Josh Smith. I'm going to double check. I don't think Luol ever won a ring. Smooth never won a championship. Neither did Luol Deng. I think those are our top choices because guys like Dwight Howard, Andre Iguodala, they're champions. As far as playing his role on a title team, Luol Deng's your guy. But superstar upside, Smooth's probably your guy. You know what? I'm going to take Josh Smith. I don't know if that's the right pick here, but that's who I want to take, okay? And I'm here to have fun. Melo and Josh Smith. Whole lot of buckets. First pick, Raptors take Dwight Howard. And with the second pick in the 2004 draft to the team of ringless players, we've got Jay Smooth. Straight out of high school, Oak Hill Academy. From high school to the league. And this was probably right before they banned that. You couldn't do it anymore. So we now have 2 players on the roster. Melo, who just went up 5 overalls to an 87 this offseason, and Josh Smith, who comes in at a 78 overall. Now, I'm wondering what both of these guys' potentials are at. You know Melo's is going to be high. They got him at a 94. That's pretty reasonable, I would say, yeah. And then Smooth, he is at only 84? Oh, I should have took Luol. I know Luol's got higher than that. Oh! I was overestimating Josh Smith. My bad. My bad. 05 draft, though. This is going to be an easy one you can't mess up. If you know anything about the 2005 draft, you know who I'm taking. I won't even give you a hint. If you know, you know. We'll talk about it when the draft comes around. This is the last time I'll talk about this. I might be lying. But tomorrow, Bron's podcast dropped. I submitted a question for his podcast on Twitter, right? And my tweet got more likes than the original tweet. If we get on Bron's podcast, the question was, what is your all-time starting 5? If Bron tells me his all-time starting 5, we got a fire video. So hopefully he does. I'm also hoping we can actually win a game this year. We only lost by 1 as Melo at 75. Golly, what is the career high for Anthony? I'm very curious. That might have been it. Yeah, that was the career high. 75 points. He took 63 shots in a game last year. All right. But with us having a 1-point game against the Sonics, it's just a matter of time before we get a win this year. I don't think there's any way we go the rest of the season without winning one. There it is! The Indiana Pacers. They're the team nobody wants to be. The team who took an L to us. Melo dropped 68, Smooth with 44 and 29 boards, and Barry the Bot with a huge 3 points. We got another win, beat the Denver Nuggets. There you go. We went 2-80. Melo averaged 49 in year 2, won his second most valuable player. He has the same amount of MVPs as he does career wins. Rebounds went way down for Melo, only averaged 14. Because Josh Smith was out there on the boards. You know what they say, board man gets paid. 29 points, 20 rebounds from Smooth, 3 steals, 4 blocks. Josh Smith was also your DPOY. All right, Josh, if you keep playing like that, I'll feel just fine about taking you over to Luol, but I'd assume the stats are quite inflated since it's just you and Melo. Lost 33 in a row to close out the season. Yeah, it was bad. And the Pistons win the championship. They got D-Wade. That's their second chip of the video, and we've only simulated 2 seasons, so I'd say they're doing pretty good. And if you didn't know who's in the 2003 draft, yeah, Christopher Emmanuel Poole. When you think of ringless players, he might be the first guy that comes to mind. Recently got sent home by the Los Angeles Clippers. Today's December 15th, though, and guys who were signed are now eligible to be traded. So hopefully they get Chris Paul onto his next team sooner than later. Hey, maybe it will have happened by the time this video's out, but I doubt it. I'm really waiting on an NBA move to happen, though. By the way, for any picks that I get in this video, I'm trade overriding. This video isn't about realism. It's about getting ringless players and putting them on a team. So with the first pick in the 2005 NBA draft, your Memphis Grizzlies select Chris Paul, the 6-foot guard out of Wake Forest. They call him a defensive playmaker. I would say that is a great description for Chris. And in player progression, I need Melo and Smooth to go up big. Josh only goes up 3. He's really only going to be an 84 overall, dude. And you know, the reason I took him, I listened to Jeff Teague's podcast too much, and he talks about how good Josh Smith was. I think I got caught up in that, and I should have took Luol Deng. Melo goes up 4 to a 91, though, so that's great. Love to see Melo improving. Chris Paul, he should be at like a 95, 96 potential for sure. Yep, there you go. 96 potential and 94 minimum. So Chris is bound to become a superstar, lead this team as the floor general at the point guard spot. He brings defense as well. I think that he's exactly what a team with 2 elite scorers like Carmelo Anthony and Josh Smith need. A facilitator. 06 will be our next draft. We'll have conversations about who we're taking in the off season. For now, I'm excited about this year. I think that our team realistically can win, 10 to 15 games. Got a couple bots still in the starting 5. We could definitely use a center, so there are some weak points in the lineup for sure, but now that we have a third real NBA player, I think that's going to move mountains for us. I might have been wrong. We open up the year 2-12. 3-12. Already more wins than last year. Oh, yeah. Yeah, good start, fellas. Solid season. Well, not really. We were still the worst team in the league, but we got so much better. Maybe 20 wins? 20 wins. 20 and 62 is the record. Bron's playing in Chicago. Jordan fans, Bulls fans, how are we feeling about this? MVP, 30 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists in year number 3. How about Chris Paul? Rookie of the year, 33 points, 6 rebounds, and 9 assists from CP3. He has on 3 steals as well. CB, 6th man of the year for the Miami Heat. And there's Jay Smooth, another DPOY, still averaging 20 points and 20 boards. Shout out to him. He's been incredible. We got Paul and Melo on All-NBA first team. Smooth didn't make it with 20 boards a night. Yes, not. He was second team. And all of our guys. Oh, no, Melo doesn't make All-Defensive first. He was on All-Defensive second. But Paul and Smooth were All-Defensive first. I think with the right pick here, we might be able to make some type of playoff noise. I know that sounds crazy because we'd still have a bot in the starting lineup, but we have 3 really good players and we're going to be running them huge minutes. So all that to say, there might be a chance. As far as this draft goes, You've got Brandon Roy, Chris Paul, Kyle Lowry, Rudy Gay, Paul Millsap. You know who I'm going here. Brandon Roy. They're giving him a Kobe Bryant ceiling. And in a world of no injuries, oh man, yeah, Brandon Roy is going to be absolute trouble. Plus, we need a shooting guard. I do think we have a lot of scoring prowess on this team, almost to a fault, with Roy and Melo on the same squad. But I'm not going to think about it too much. I'm taking Brandon Roy regardless. He's coming out of Washington, the 6'2" guard. Welcome to the team, man. Melo smooth. We'll take the options there. And now we go to player progression. I'm expecting Chris Paul to be nearly a 90. He is a 90. +7. Josh Smith probably nearly hit his ceiling already. He's at an 83. And Melo goes up to a 94 at only 22 years old. So maybe he'll go higher than that 94 potential. How about Brandon Roy, though? Just brought him in. And what's the potential going to be at? I'm going to say like a 93. They got him at 99? Oh, this draft class might have gassed up Brandon Roy a little bit, but you know what? I'm here for it. 07 draft is up next. There's a guy in there. You know who he is. He's already got some championships, so we can't take him. Talking about KD, in case you actually didn't know who he is. We're going to do a 5-man rotation again. Barry the Bot at center. Okay, we got it. Bro, the basketball is bigger than Barry the Bot's head. We got to go get a center in this next draft. If we can do that, the starting 5 is rounded out nicely. I like it. For this year, though, like I said, I think we can make playoff noise. We're making noise! 12-8. Went on a nice little win streak there for a second, and that's what got us to where we're a 7-8 seed. Just got to keep that momentum going because it's definitely easier said than done to keep up that momentum with fatigue playing a factor. We're the 6th seed right now. Okay, now we're down to 9th. Oh, it's a wild battle for these top 8 spots here in the Western Conference. We're back up to 6. Went on a little win streak there. Oh, we're above 500 by 10 games. We're going to grab a playoff spot. Look at that win streak. We had a couple really solid runs throughout this season where we won 6, 8 games in a row, whatever it was. And I think that's what ultimately got us into this postseason with Barry the Bot, our 5'4" starting center. We go 49-33. Dwayne Wade is your MVP. Rhyming accidentally. They can't mess with me. Yes, they can. Yeah, I'm gonna edit that out. Brandon Roy's your rookie of the year. 27 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists. Chase Smooth was all over the glass, dude. 19 rebounds a night to go along with 19 points and another DPOY. I'm feeling better and better about the Josh Smith pick because he's had these DPOYs. He's going out there, rebounded the ball at such a high level. I like what I'm seeing from him, for sure. Chris Paul, 27-12. The more teammates he gets to swing the rock to, the better, because he'll be able to set those guys up in great positions. Josh Smith was All-NBA second. Brandon Roy, All-Defensive second. And we also saw Paul and Smooth on All-Defensive first. Melo's All-Defensive second. Brandon Roy was at 27-4-8 in his rookie year, so great stuff there. We were the 3 seed? Oh, it's because like the standings were based on divisions at this time. We didn't have the 3rd best record. It's a whole thing. We really should have been like 5 or 6 if the standings were the way they are today. But that earned us a battle with the Spurs. You have no idea! We're taking on Tim Duncan, and this is prime, big fundamental. I'm very scared. Kendrick Perkins running the 5. They got Elo, Manu, Tony Parker. Yeah, this is probably going to be rough. We won the first game. Chris Paul with 42. Game 2. Uh-oh! Okay, they'll take the 3rd and the 4th. Big game 5 on the way. This is our first chance to potentially see our team of Ringless legends in action here. So I'd love to jump in, especially against my guy, Tim Duncan. This could be really fun. We're down. Yeah, it looks like the Spurs got this one. They win it by 9. Brandon Roy at 38. Shout out to the rookie. Barry the Bot, as many points as he has hairs on his head. Bad night. 27-11 from Tony Parker. And we're on the brink of elimination after being up 2-0 earlier in the series. Can we at least push this thing 7? Come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, let's get it. We're up by 3, 2:39 to go. Barry the Bot is fatigued. Consider adjusting the rotation. Man, what do you want me to do? Look at the logo, man. Shout out to 2K for that. Shout out to y'all for that. That's who I really need to be thanking. Thank y'all for all the support. We do simulations and somehow got a logo. I didn't expect it at all. I know I've said it multiple times, but I just can't believe it. Brandon Roy will give it into Chris Paul. Paul is defended by Tony Parker. 2 great point guards going at it here. Paul will find Anthony Carmelo working on Tim Duncan. bumping, swings it over to Paul. Chris gets to the rim. How did he escape that double team? He had Duncan and Tony on him, somehow got past and finished. And there's Barry the Bot over there guarding. Who's he guarding? Is he guarding Steven Jackson? I'm not sure. Timeout. Give my guy Barry a little bit of rest. Kendrick Perkins inbounding. Perkins will give it into Manu. Now it goes to Tony Parker. Parker down to Duncan. Josh Smith, show us why you're the DPOY. Good defense on the big fundamental. It'll go to Chris Paul. Paul has Tony Parker defended. Finds Carmelo Anthony. Anthony defended by Lamar Odom. Playing it slow here. Gets a screen from Paul. Anthony bursts the speed to the rim. And Tim Duncan swats that thing into the cameraman, giving the fans a souvenir there. That was a beautiful block. He came out of nowhere. Barry the Bot will inbound. Barry gonna swing it to Josh Smith. Smith to Brandon Roy to Paul. Paul thought about the three. 5 on the shot clock here. Chris gonna heave up some nonsense. He misses it. Tim Duncan flies in for the rebound. Minute 40 to go here as Lamar Odom crosses the timeline. Finds Parker wide open. TP can't knock it down. Melo will pull down the rebound. Anthony defended by Manu Ginobili. It'll go over to Josh Smith. Smith gives it over to Barry the Bot. Barry defended by Tim. Throws it down to Melo. Melo's doubled. Out to Paul. Why is Tim Duncan guarding Barry the Bot? Why is he showing him any type of respect? 3 on the shot clock. Step back 3 from Paul is off. Man, the Spurs have had us in a straitjacket the past couple possessions, but we've had them defended well too, so it hasn't been a problem. Spurs have really struggled to score here. Duncan in the post, drops the shoulder, fakes, bumps, misses. Josh Smith playing with some real tenacity on the defensive end. It goes to Anthony in the corner. What a shot fake. Gets to the rim and lays it in. Fake Lamar Odom out of his shoes, and we're up by 7. Beautiful move from Melo. Perkins gives it in to Tony Parker. Parker trying to drive to the basket on Paul. Spurs in desperation here. I mean, you're down 7 and you got 35 seconds left. That's trouble. Parker spins, lays it in. But honestly, I think it's going to be too little too late for San Antonio. Let's get to game 7. Yeah, we win this one. Tim, an off night, 18, 14, and 7. Shot 9 of 23 from the field. But Carmelo Anthony, he was on tonight. 41 with 18 rebounds. Shot efficiently from the field, got to the line, did what he does. Barry the Bot even had a 3-point masterclass. Bro, if we could see Barry the Bot get a bucket in one of these, that would make my day. Game 7 on the way, chance to advance, and if we can defeat an elite San Antonio team, I really think we've got a chance against anybody in the playoffs here. The Spurs are playing us close again. Oh man, is Game 7 going to come down to the wire? It sure looks like it. 2:03 to go. Let's hop in here one more time. Look at the Grizzlies court. Looks so nice, man. Some of the courts at this time were just so clean. Wait, we got Barry and Cam in? Oh, don't tell me. Melo is fouled out. So it's just smooth Brandon Roy and Paul out there with Barry the Bot and Cam the Casual. We got 240 overalls on the floor. If we can pull this off, it would be historic. Tony Parker with the ball. Parker throws it to Duncan. Duncan defended by Brandon Roy. Tim draws the double, swings to Collins. Hook is off. Hey, we got to stop. Stops are going to be few and far between, so I'm glad we were able to get one. Barry the Bot bumping Steven Jackson here. Barry going to swing it out to Cam the Casual. Is Cam the Casual wearing the Shaq-nosis? Those are tough. Chris Paul gets a screen, steps into a midi, and knocks it down. We're not done yet, baby. Even with Barry and Cam in the game, the guys are fighting. Down by 1. Minute 25 to go. Duncan sets one for Parker and rolls to the rim. Brandon Roy in the passing lanes, and Paul is able to retrieve it. Chris crosses the timeline, swings it to Brandon Roy. Roy the jab. Now it goes to Paul. Chris wants that step back 3, and it's off. I don't know why Chris is shooting all those threes. He thinks he's Chris Harden, all these step backs. Lamar Odom driving on Cam the Casual. Settles for a mid-range but knocks it down. He couldn't even see the contest of the Casual there. Easy look for LO, and that's going to be the problem. If they just go at our bots and casuals, we're cooked. Chris Paul's going to call a timeout. Barry the Bot will inbound. Barry gonna find Chris Paul. Paul defended by Tony Parker here. CP3 waiting on a screen. They're smooth setting it. Chris drives to the rim and draws the foul. Chris can put us within 1 here. 42 seconds on the clock. First free throw from Paul is good. Second one for Paul is also good. He gets the roll. So we're within 1. Tony Parker with it. Parker has Paul defending here. Duncan will set the screen and roll to the rim. He's got Brandon Brandon Roy on him. Somebody's going to have to bring some help. Not you, Barry. Duncan gets the mid-range to go. I was talking to you, Brandon Roy, or maybe Chris Paul, because Barry's not doing anything. Paul settles for a jumper. Never mind, he didn't settle. He ties the game. Chris Paul, a huge three. Him and Cam the Casual dapping up there after the bucket. Chris just got up the floor, immediately shot it. What a big-time play. 23 seconds left. Spurs can hold for the final shot if they want it. Ball will go to Lamar Odom. Odom has Barry the bot on him. There's no way they're going to a Kendrick Perkins post-up. There's no universe Greg Popovich would ever do this. No, they're not going to do it. Okay, they're not. 6 seconds on the clock. Odom to Duncan. Duncan gonna float one up over Roy and miss it. Casual grabs the rebound. And we got 0.3 left. So we'd have to go for like a lob play. And I don't even know if we have enough time for a lob. Lob it up to Barry the bot. Barry will pass in the ball. Don't go for a jumper. Wait, did D-Fish get it off with 0.3 or 0.4? Paul did not get that thing off. I'll tell you that. It doesn't go in anyway. We got OT. And in overtime, we'll jump back in right here. Minute 24 to go. We're at 93 apiece. Not much scoring has happened in this extra period. Perkins will throw it down to Ginobili. Cam wanted the steal, didn't get it. And as a result, Manu gonna get an easy look at the rim. We can't have this go to another overtime. Our guys are so tired. We gotta win it here. Paul to the rim. Layup is good. Crafty move from a young Chris Paul. Here goes Tony Parker with the ball. Duncan will roll to the rim. Tim has Brandon Roy defending. Roy gonna try his best against the bigger Duncan. Cam the Casual brings some help, but it doesn't matter. Duncan puts Brandon Roy in the basket there. Slams that one home. And the Spurs up by 2. 55 seconds to go. Chris Paul gonna get a screen from Smith. How about a mid-range for Paul? It's off. Rebounded by Lamar Odom. About 40 seconds to go. Odom to Ginobili. Ginobili to the rim and one. Cam the Casual commits a bad foul there. And it looks like we're just running out of gas here. We're undermanned. Manu does miss the free throw. We'll advance the ball quickly to Chris. Paul drives to the rim. Bumps Parker. Gets stopped in his tracks. Paul's going to try and back down Parker now. But he's not really getting anywhere. Paul spins, fakes again, and misses it. That's going to do it. We lose in overtime of Game 7. Valiant effort. Paul had 31 points. Brandon Roy with 22. Smooth with 18 and 24 rebounds and 9 assists. Barry the Bot played 53 minutes and recorded 1 assist. That's it. An assist and 3 fouls. The cardio game of doom and despair as our season is over. But don't worry, fellas. Help is on the way. Wow, Spurs went to the conference finals. Who knows? We might have gone on a crazy Cinderella run had we won that Game 7. But it is time for the 2007 offseason. A very promising year from the guys last year. We saw a lot of improvement, pushed a quality San Antonio team to 7 games. But now we got an opportunity to make an addition. And I already know who it's going to be. Rodney Stuckey. No, in this 07 draft, we're taking a guy. Wait, did Greg Oden ever win a chip? Let me double check. Because I remember him playing for the Heat. Oh, he played for them in 2014 when the Heat lost to the Spurs. So Greg Oden is not a champion, which actually bodes well for me for the sake of this video. With the first pick in the 2007 NBA draft, your Portland Trail Blazers select Greg Oden. Welcome to the team, big man. So now we have 2 Portland Trail Blazers what-if players. What if neither one of these guys got injured? I'm talking about Brandon Roy and Greg Oden. Now, I will say, was something going on with their medical staff, or did those 2 guys just get unlucky? Because it's crazy to me that both of them have major injuries. Melo might be capped out at a 94. Paul goes up 4 to a 94. Brandon Roy up 9 to an 87. Remember, he had 99 potential. Greg Oden comes in at an 82. Looks like Smooth might be capped out at that 83 overall. But what's up with Oden, man? Let's see what his player card's looking like. 97 potential. Oh, boy. We're going to see Brandon Roy and Greg Oden win a championship together alongside a bunch of other ringless guys. This is absolutely legendary. Up next is the 2008 NBA draft. Got a couple options there, but we'll talk it over later. Look at this full 5-man rotation. Long as we don't have foul outs, oh yeah, we're going to do absolutely great. We're the number 1 seed early in the season. This could be the championship year right here with just a 5-man rotation. Now, I remember somebody telling me in the comment section, I don't remember who this was, but saying like, Danny, for your 82-0 challenges, you should do a 5-man rotation. It's kind of overpowered. And I'm starting to see the vision with that because we have just 5 guys on this team and we're doing really well, and that's with bots off the bench in the situation of a foul out. It seems like fatigue isn't that huge of a factor in the video game at all. Because even with fatigue, you see what we're doing here. Hopefully we don't have to face Bronny's dad, because this dude's been on a tear in this video. Speaking of being on a tear, how about Greg Oden? 24 points, 13 rebounds, 2 assists, 1.5 steals, 3 blocks. Great stuff from the big man. We saw Chris Paul on first team, 25 points. The assists keep going up, 14. And Greg Oden already in year 1 on first team. Rest of the guys are on second team. B-Roy, J Smooth, and Carmelo Anthony. 58 wins. I mean, we're going to have to face some quality opponents in the Western Conference. I don't think it's any guarantee we win the championship, but do I think we have a good chance? Yeah. I'd love a finals battle with Bron and the Bulls. That'd be really fun. Maybe we'll get that. Round 1, it's the Lakers. Last year, we didn't even make it out the first round. They got Nash, Kobe, and Shaq. Oh, man. Now, granted, at this point, Nash is 34, Shaq is 36, but that's prime Kobe with 2 really still solid teammates. I don't know. This could be a tough one. I don't know how they were the 8th seed. They take the 1st. We'll take the 2nd, the 3rd. They take the 4th. We take the 5th and get out of there in 6th. All right. Kobe's 40 wasn't enough. We win it. Chris Paul had a bad night. Oh, man. Next up, we got the Spurs. This is the team who beat us last year. But we're a stronger team now. We got a big man. Y'all can't beat up on us. We're up 3-0. We sweep. Conference finals will be the Minnesota Wolves. Could this be the year? We're facing anything is possible. Kevin Garnett here. And Kendrick Perkins just keeps popping up. He's on the Wolves now. Game 1, we'll win. We take the 2nd, the 3rd. Oh, we're getting our matchup with Chi-Town. They blew a 3-0. LeBron. Oh, my gosh. Wait, was it a 3-0 or a 3-1? They won the 1st, the 2nd. Oh, the Heat won the 2nd, didn't they? Wait, no. No, Bron blew a 3-0. Bron! We're taking on Miami. They've got Carlos Boozer. I guess Chris Bosh is coming off the bench. How did this team beat Bron and them? I don't know. But if they did just beat this Bulls team, you can't underestimate the Miami Heat at all. We'll take the 1st, the 2nd. What? We're up 3-0. Will this do it for the series? Yes, it will. 31 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists from Carmelo Anthony. He is your finals MVP. I rounded up so he could average the triple-double. He didn't really average the triple-double. Here with the playoff stats, the final stats. Legendary run from the guys. It only took 5 players, 5 ringless legends, and we were able to win a championship. If you enjoyed the video and made it to the end, comment, ring, like, subscribe. We love basketball. Have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next. Peace.